When Sekiro Shadows Die Twice was originally released in 2019, there were massive examples of interest from critics and gamers about the particular title, on the then new aspects of format and gaming mechanics for the title's premise. Soon after its release, the massive examples of interest turned into criticisms and frustrations. But the speculative scenario is this: why is Sekiro now considered to be an underrated Souls-like game? After the release of the now pivotal Bloodborne and equally pivotal Old Hunters expansion content in 2015, From Software sought to find inspiration for their then next installment. Seeking to make a game different in comparison to all previous games the studio conceived of, decisions were to make it something like the Tenchu series of action games that From Software had affiliations with. The game was even considered to be a spiritual successor to the Tenchu franchise, but it became much more than the concept, and the game quickly became its own premise. The director, Hidetaka Miyazaki, desired to keep the Japanese setting of the game, but personally was involved with the combat methods and gaming mechanics for the experience. From information now known, the quote-unquote Sekiro powering method, as it's now known as, was Miyazaki's personal interpretation of Japanese swordplay. Promotional gaming footage showed the wolf engaging with enemies and bosses on the whole display, as well as more relating to it, seemed to be a whole new and, more importantly, different direction From Software was going with Sekiro, and critics as well as gamers were excited for what was to come. Praise for Sekiro culminated with it being considered the Game of the Year award of the time, with many other rewards for the in-depth gaming lore, premise of the story, and complexities of the title. But the respect for the game was short, as criticisms from observers and players of the game remarked at the unquestionable difficulty of the experience, and aspects of the gaming mechanics were extraordinarily steep for casual players to learn, and even experienced gamers were astonished at how technically demanding Sekiro was. In the time since its release, the opinions of the game have changed with some, as the consensus of it now is that Sekiro Shadows Die Twice is one of From Software's underrated gaming experiences. The unrealized lore of the game, the underrated characters relating to it, the controversial yet groundbreaking mechanics of the game, even speculations about the original future of the game, being unexplained or unconfirmed details relating to the plot, even speculated but never implemented downloadable content expansions relating to the story of Sekiro. None of it was implemented, none of it was realized, all of it underrated.